We usually associate the word monster with mythical beasts, apex predators, or movie villains. The truth is, real monsters don't have claws, sharp teeth, or superpowers. No, in fact, real monsters live in your neighborhood and are upstanding citizens. A wolf in sheep's clothing. So beware, for behind closed doors lies their true nature, their darkest desires and insatiable taste for decrepitude can only be satisfied once they gorge on the blood of their prey. These are real monsters.
Why did you take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other in a freezer?
What do you mean?
Why did you do that?
Well, I only had one deep freezer. I mean, take the decision to pile the bodies on top of each other. Where was she gonna go?
And you feel no remorse for that?
I would kill him again.
On March 24th, 2015, 36 district court officials were on their way to perform a routine eviction of a tenant who was residing at 804 St. Aubin Street, Detroit, Michigan. Due to the tenant's absence, court officials were authorized to enter and remove furniture and personal belongings from the home. Everything was going according to schedule as court officials began the process of eviction. Little did they know the horror that was about to be uncovered. As officials cleared the residence, they happened upon a white deep freezer located in the living room area of the home. When opened, they found the body of a teenage girl wrapped in a large plastic bag. When police arrived at the residence, they made another grisly discovery: the body of a boy wrapped in a blanket beneath her. What was supposed to be a civil issue became a case of double homicide, and the frantic search for the tenant, Mitchelle Blair, was in full effect. A quick inquiry with neighbors revealed that Blair was located at another neighbor's house with her 2 children. It was noted that Blair's other 2 children, Stephen Barry and Stoney Blair, had been missing for quite some time. After police located her, they detained her for questioning. Soon after, she was placed under arrest for murder. Meanwhile, the bodies were identified to be the bodies of Blair's missing children, Stephen Barry and Stoney Blair. The medical examiner ruled their deaths as homicides, and that based on the manner in which the bodies were found, they had been in the freezer for at least a couple of years. Now in police custody, Mitchelle Blair confesses to the murders of her 2 children, whom she referred to as demons, after finding out that they were molesting and raping her youngest son. However, the claims of sexual abuse were never substantiated by any evidence or eyewitness accounts.
Miss Blair, what did you do to Stoney Blair that makes you guilty of premeditated murder?
She raped my son. I intentionally killed her.
How did you do that?
Starting from the beginning.
Blair went on to describe her 2012 discovery of the acts of sexual abuse conducted against her youngest child by Stoney and Stephen. According to Blair, she found her youngest child simulating sexual activities using dolls. When she asked, "Why are you doing that? Did anyone ever do this to you?" the child stated that her brother Stephen had. She then went upstairs to confront Stephen. After he had confessed, she began to kick and punch him and even placed a plastic bag over his head until he lost consciousness. Additionally, she repeatedly poured scalding hot water over his genitals, causing severe burns and his skin to fall off as a result. She later made Stephen drink Windex and choked him with a belt while asking him,
"Do you like how this feels, being choked with a belt?" So I dropped him. I held him up until he lost consciousness as well.
The beatings and torture continued for 2 weeks until Stephen tragically succumbed to his injuries around August 30th, 2012. In a panic, Blair wrapped Stephen in his favorite blanket and placed him in the deep freezer. 9 months later, Blair found out that Stoney was also sexually assaulting her youngest son. She began to starve Stoney and brutally beat her as punishment. Stoney also met a tragic death as a result of her mother's beatings and torture. Mitchell Blair then wrapped Stoney's body in a plastic bag and stuffed her in the freezer on top of her brother, Stephen. After Stoney's murder, Blair was about to turn herself in to the authorities, however decided not to after her youngest child pleaded for her not to go. Mitchell Blair went on to live in the house with her surviving children as if nothing ever happened, only feet away from the bodies of her own children, whom she had discarded as trash into the deep freezer. Due to unfortunate circumstances, the children's absence went unnoticed by family and school officials. Mitchell Blair withdrew her kids from public schools and told officials that she would be homeschooling them. They had absentee fathers and family members were estranged. Blair always had an excuse for her children's whereabouts when inquired by neighbors. This went on for the next few years until Blair stopped paying her rent and was evicted by her landlord as a result. During a series of court proceedings, Mitchell Blair pleaded guilty to the murders of her 2 children in a courtroom full of onlookers. With a cold and heartless stare, she told the judge that she felt absolutely no remorse for what she had did, and that she would kill them again if she had the opportunity. On June 2015, Mitchell Blair was charged with 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder, and is now serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole in Huron Valley Correctional Facility in Ypsilanti, Michigan. By design, a mother is supposed to protect, nurture, and raise her children. It goes against conventional instinct when a mother causes harm or trauma to her children. Unfortunately, this is all that Stephen and Stoney knew. This was their reality. What compelled a mother to murder her own children will never be understood. The murder of an innocent child is inconceivable, much less when that child is your own. Mitchell Blair committed a heinous act, and as a result of her madness, took the lives of 2 children who will never have the chance to tell their side of the story. The truth is, real monsters don't have claws, sharp teeth, or superpowers. Real monsters can be your neighbor, a friend, or your own mother.